Good evening, and welcome back to Big Brother, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for BB19. I am your host, Big Brother historian and superfan Luke Labagnera, coming to you live from East Haven, Connecticut. With me also are my fellow co-hosts and Big Brother podcast historians, coming to you live from East Haven, Connecticut. Welcome back, Dom Greco.
Hello.
And coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, Jacob Salazar. Welcome back, boys. So, let me give you boys the hot seats, and let's begin, starting off with the falling out of the nominations. Boys, take it away.
Well, Josh really wants Elena to go home.
This is sad. This is fucking sad.
Why?
Because, so, like, when people are stupid, it's either really funny or really sad. What makes this sad is that he doesn't realize he's fucking stupid.
Right.
He is, but he isn't. He doesn't have the street smarts. He's got the
Or the
book
smarts.
He's got the
No,
book
he
smarts.
doesn't.
No, he does, because he does, like, when he was throwing in Jessica's face, I run a business. He does. He has his own
I think
business.
his mommy does it for him.
You think?
Yeah. He is a mama's boy.
I don't know.
No,
He
I
knows.
think-
He knows how to spell evicted though.
Yeah, he knows how to spell that, but he doesn't know how
There
to
was
spell...
an earpiece in his ear. Production is telling him how to spell it.
They were holding flashcards up in front of the camera.
You really think so? You really think this is
No.
a setup?
No.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Well, neither would I. I don't know. This falling out was actually, if you say so, it seemed like, I felt like I was back in middle school again, just watching this whole falling out. Like, I mean, Cody, I hate to say this, but Cody was more of the mature one, and I know Jessica is your favorite, Jacob, but do you think she was kind of pulling a 13-year-old brat type of way this past week in the house with Josh?
Well, you know, Jessica is tired of his shit, and I would be too. I think Jessica knows how to handle Josh, so, and Cody does too. When they're not, like, yelling at each other, Jessica just, like, doesn't want to talk to Josh when, you know, he's, you know, being himself. And she, whatever shit that could happen in the house, she always, like, shuts it down. She's like, I don't want to talk to you. And when you are fucking ready to act like someone your age, then we can, you know, talk about, you know, normal things. But, like, all the things that you want to talk about, dude, are like, I don't even know what the fuck. You, like, talk for, like, 17 hours, Josh, and you don't say a thing.
He doesn't. It just seems like everything that comes out of his mouth is ADHD. I guarantee you this kid is ADHD. I mean, you can't understand him sometimes when he talks.
I love Josh. He's so ridiculous.
What about you, Jacob? I mean, do you think you would be arch rivals with Josh in this game, or what do you think of Josh as a fan watching this show?
I would be kicked out of the house because I would have killed him by now.
Like, literally...
That's not kicked out of the house. That's going to jail.
Yeah,
More importantly, I would have been kicked out of the house, but I don't really fucking care because these people, I can't stand them. So, like, I want to get out of the fucking house.
Yeah. No,
I know,
but
this
Y'all
cast...
fucking horny bastards, you know, who have nothing better to do with your time.
Yeah.
Y'all fucking boring, okay? Do something. Do y'all want to win? Do you? I don't know. Like, why the fuck are you guys here?
no, they're giving Paul a win right now, and
Yeah, I mean, that's the controversial part of this cast. First of all, Paul is the puppeteer. He's the puppet master of BB19, and he's a veteran. That's why
very
he's
few people, I think, in the house actually realize that. Cody was the first one, first and foremost, day one when Paul entered the house. Cody knew right away, right? So that was his target.
That was his target because it was like, I think it was Cody that said, okay, this is like a bad date gone wrong or something, or was it Paul that said that?
One of them, I don't remember. But,
yeah, but one of them said that, and it was an awkward moment in the lounge.
yeah, that was during the friendship, like, bracelet thing,
And
where they were
during
all talking to Paul. But yeah, no, like, Cody saw it right away. He wanted him out. Everybody else was so enamored with Paul that they just, they were fanboying, fangirling over him, that they just kind of accepted it. And then
Right.
Jess was kind of the second person in the house to notice because Cody made it apparent to her. And then I think Christmas very well may have been the next one to realize this. And just recently, in Sunday night's episode, Mark became a parent of it. And it was, but I don't know, a lot of these people are blind to it. And, a lot of Paul's fans of the show, have grown to resent him this season. And it's just like a lot of stuff like that is, I don't know, like, I just keep seeing Paul, and I'm just like, no one is contesting him. Like, they need to do something, because they're just handing Paul a win at this point, and it's not making it entertaining for the show. As soon as Cody's out of the house, it's Paul's game. That's it. He won.
Unless somebody fucking wakes up, which they haven't yet.
Yeah.
I think Christmas and Cody are the only ones who could potentially go up against him, and so we have, I honestly forget some of these people's names. Okay. Who else do we have in the house? We have Kevin, who is awesome. He's amazing. Kevin is the greatest thing that's ever happened to this show. He's not going to win.
I wouldn't go that far, but he's pretty fantastic.
Yes. I could guarantee you guys, though, he is going to win. He's going to be in the running 3 for America's favorite house guest.
Probably.
Which is like the true winner.
I see Jess winning that, to be honest.
I think so.
I see Jessica. This is who I could see in the 3 runners for America's favorite house guest: Christmas, Kevin, and Jessica.
I would absolutely love to see Paul, Cody, and Kevin in the final 3.
That'd be crazy.
Who in the final 2 then? Who's going home?
Because
if it was up to Paul, he would take Kevin. But if Cody wins, he's taking Kevin.
Right. And if Kevin wins, who's he taking?
Whoever the fuck gets to him at the last minute.
Right. But if it was Kevin and Cody in the final 2, obviously nobody would vote for Kevin, because he barely showed his gameplay this season. He was playing both sides of the house, and Cody played a solid game this season.
Yeah, I mean, even if people don't necessarily like Cody, on a personal or a game level, he's playing the game.
But on a game level, I think they would vote for him, because it doesn't come down to a personal, emotional vote. It comes down to game strategy, strength, and yeah.
That was Paul's excuse for trying to manipulate Josh in his choice of eviction, because he was like, look, if you vote Elena out now and you keep Jess, that automatically makes Jess a jury member, and with both Jess and Cody, they will spite vote against you. Like, they will not vote for you, Josh. And Josh really had to take that into consideration, because he's right. Paul's right. If Paul goes up on the thing, Jess and Cody are not voting for Paul. They're going to vote for whoever stands next to him. It doesn't matter if they're the biggest floater in the house.
I think Jess is most people would think that, but I think Jess is we've seen that she watches the show, and it's one of the big things that her dad bonded over. I think she respects the game enough to still vote for Paul.
That's what I think.
I don't think so.
I don't think she's a bitter person. We've seen throughout this game, throughout her run of this game, which unfortunately didn't last very long, but that she knows the game.
She does.
She respects the game, and she's able to separate personal relationships from game relationships. Whether or not she likes Paul,
kind of, though, because we saw her.
She can see at the end that you played the best game in this house. Nobody else in this house played the game like you do. Nobody in the house played the game, and you're the one who got me out.
But we saw the way she lashed out at Christmas. And she lashed out at Christmas, and Christmas threw in her face, it's a game. And you have to be able to separate that. And Jess was just furious at her. But I think by that time, Jess just kind of had it at that point. But I think when she's, when you're in the jury house, you have time to think. You have a lot of time to think. That's all you can do. And I think at the end of the day, if Paul and anybody else who's not Cody or Christmas, at the end, she'll vote for Paul.
That's what I think, too. Something, Jacob has a good point, because, Jacob, you remember last season, Mama Day Davon couldn't stand Nicole. She really couldn't stand her. She didn't want to see her make it to the end. And they kind of like, how they kind of phase out the viewers and they kind of make it think like Davon and Nicole are arch rivals. But at the end of the day, when Nicole made it to Final 2, Davon, she had a unanimous vote, and she voted for Nicole, which got Nicole the win for BB18.
Yeah.
And I like when that happens. It just feels more satisfying that way when somebody who clearly deserves to win wins the game. And I think Jess, as a fan, would feel more satisfied if Paul wins over Kevin.
I think she would too. But like I said, I could see Kevin in the running 3 for America's favorite player.
Well, it also kind of depends on what Kevin does between now and then.
Well,
Right,
I don't see him doing anything though.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
we've seen him start to concoct some plans. So Kevin did say his plan was to lay low until halfway through the game, then make some big moves. We haven't seen anything yet, but we just hit that point. We literally just hit that point. So
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna give Kevin the benefit of the doubt. So
I am too, but like I'm just on the fence. I'm on the fence with him.
yeah. So
Right.
Everyone else, I don't give a fuck about.
yeah. So
Right.
we know Jess went home. But before that, she had the
we're gonna get
chance
to
to do the OTEB competition, which
Okay.
Let's get to OTEV. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if any of you are horror film buffs, then you are aware that OTEV, the possessed piglet, kind of brought back memories of my first time watching The Exorcist.
And how old were you when you watched The Exorcist?
So The Exorcist spit.
I was 16 the first time I saw that film.
So The Exorcist spit green bile into your nutsack.
Yes.
Not into my nutsack. But yes, I did spit it all into Mark's nutsack.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I like OTEV. He's like
This
the
was a
icon
weird
of the veto competitions. But who were the
and
nominees?
he keeps dying, and then he keeps resurrecting as like different things. This OTEV, it's weird.
It is. But then we had the 3 nominees this week. The special third nominee was Mark, and the who were the 2 nominees? It was Jessica and who else?
I think
Raven.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Jessica and Raven that were nominated for eviction because Raven went up naturally as a pawn and she agreed with Josh.
No. Jess was put on the block as the third. She got the ghost competition completely wrong.
That's right. I'm sorry. Who was? It was. I think it was Mark and Elena. Mark and Elena were put up because Josh wanted to break them up because Elena was his potential target because, she kind of said things that kind of stirred the pot and made him paranoid because Elena was like the master manipulator that weekend. He goes, the sooner I get Elena out, the better.
And then we had Alex drawn from Mark. Mark picked Alex to compete. And then we had Cody drawn.
Cody was drawn by Josh, but that's when Christmas stood up and said, "It's my turn," and she used the ring of replacement.
Yep. Which I did not realize the ring of replacement had no expiration date.
Neither did I. Did you, Jacob?
I just assumed that all of these had an expiration date at some point or another, but I guess not. Because all the other ones had expiration dates.
Right.
I don't know why this one doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right. So, now that Jessica had lost the ghost competition, she was put up as a third special replacement nominee. Power of Veto took place with OTEV, and Mark used the Power of Veto at winning it. First, Mark won the Power of Veto. He used it on himself, and Raven went up as a replacement nominee, and both of them were pawns against Jessica. But even though Elena was the potential target this week, there was a falling out between Josh and Jessica, which turned the tables on on Josh's deciding targets.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that fight, let me ask you guys this. Now, Jacob, I really want to hear this from you because I know how much you respect Jody, but let me ask you this. Calling Josh and taking things on a personal level, calling him a fat piece of shit and a fat ass and, making fun of him and degrading him and threatening him outside of the game. Cody basically saying, I'm going to make your life a living hell outside of this game. I'm going to come after you outside this house. I mean, what's your perspective on that?
Well, okay, so this is where Big Brother gets messy. Whenever this happens on any season, it is, no matter who it's coming from, this is not right.
No, it's not.
And what people like to throw the word bullying around. And usually when they throw it around, it's usually over nothing. I mean, someone makes one comment to you, and it's really just because they're angry at you, or they're just angry in general. People do that. They get angry, but it's not, when they project their anger on you, it's not necessarily bullying. When they do things like that, like threatening your life and calling you names, derogatory terms like that, that's bullying.
Yeah.
And both of these guys and a lot of the guys in the house are guilty of that. And so while I don't necessarily think that he means any of that, it's still wrong. While both are in the wrong, he was more in the wrong this week. That being said, I fucking agree with everything he says.
Yeah. No, but Josh sitting there and banging the pots and pans and stuff like that, to a degree, it's bullying. To a degree. And then calling them meatball, using the term meatball as like a derogatory term, is technically bullying.
But
it is stupid. It is stupid, but it's technically bullying. But it was more so with Cody and Jess. Jess also participated in calling him fat and worthless. And
that's not right.
Which he is, but it's not right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, to call it out in front of everybody, and then he goes into the... Do you think that's human? Do you think that's being human, being a baby, or manning up? When you go up to the HOH room and actually cry...
It's human, and masculinity is like one of those things where I could go fucking on about that shit, but I think Josh has never been one too afraid to cry.
Right. We've seen him do it a few times.
So like this is just a thing. This is a normal Tuesday. It's gotten to the point where like I just don't care. Mm-hmm. I don't fucking care how much you cry.
At this point, Jacob, you could care less who gets further or who doesn't, or like, what do you care less about?
Well, I just don't care about Josh. Like,
no, Josh is like he's an airhead. I mean, he's immature, and he says he has a business degree, and at age 23, he behaves like a teenager. I mean, he dresses like one and he acts like one, and he wants it to be made known in the house. He's ADHD, this kid. He doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
I love Josh.
Which is why they put him on the show.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if Josh were to win this game, would you flip shit, guys?
Oh, no, he's not worth flipping the shit, because, like, I wouldn't be able to shit. I'd be constipated if the dude won.
You know what I hope? You know what I hope? I hope it gets Paul and Josh at the end, and everybody votes for Josh.
Do you really think that would happen? Could you see that happening?
The only reason is because I'm not a fan of Paul this season, and Paul has been using Josh more than anyone in the house. He's been in Josh's ear, instigating him and whispering him, go start this, go bang the pots and pans, go do this to Cody, get in their face. He's been the one instigating all this. Granted, yes, it is Josh's choice to do it or not, but it once again, it's Paul playing the puppet master of all this. So I would love it if it gets down to everybody. Paul keeps him by his side because he's extremely loyal all the way to the end, and then everybody votes for Josh to win, and Paul ends up in second place again. That's
whatever.
That would be
I always prefer that the puppet master win over the puppet. I don't fucking care who it is. I have strong feelings about certain people on certain seasons. Like, I don't give a fuck about Derek at all. I don't like him.
Derek Levasseur?
He fucking deserved to win that season, though.
100%.
Not have been satisfied with anybody else, except for maybe DaCosta.
What about Cody? Would you have been satisfied if Cody won?
Fuck Cody.
I really thought last season, not to bring up last season, I know we want to stick to season 19, but last season when they were doing the round trip ticket and the one-way tickets and stuff like that, that was part of the traveling theme last season, I really thought Cody, not Cody, I really thought Paulie had that round trip ticket to get back into the house when he was evicted that night. I really thought I did. I think everybody did.
Cody 2.0.
What'd you say?
Oh, Cody 2.0, because like the siblings on that season looked exactly like, you know, the previous one.
Like Tiffany Russo, she looked like Vanessa, and Paulie, actually, there was no second guessing that Paulie didn't look like Cody. They looked.
And how did nobody figure this out?
Nobody. You know what? You want to know something crazy with me though, Jacob? Season 15, I had no idea Alyssa Slater was Rachel's sister at first, because in her cast picture it looked nothing like her. But then when I see her and Rachel when she was getting introduced with her key, I'm like, that's Rachel's sister. Oh my God.
They have the same smile, same nose, and like same eye shape.
Jeremy noticed that on premiere night. He goes, "Why does Alyssa look so familiar? I've seen that kind of face before." And she was the first one to admit it to McCrae. She said, "I am related to Rachel."
Yeah.
I want to see Rachel Riley make an appearance. Come on, Rachel, where are you? You've made an appearance since your winning season. Come on.
Why can't Alyssa make an appearance? You know what I would love? I would love if they did. If they would do like that thing that they did back when Rachel won with like the duos, but instead of bringing Brendan, bring Alyssa.
Alyssa. Oh yeah, Alyssa. Yeah,
then we can have, as much as I don't care, we can have Paulie and Cody, and we can have Vanessa and Tiffany.
We need Zingbot
Evil Dick
back.
And oh yeah, we do need Zingbot. Have Zingbot play the damn season.
That's why I'm so glad that they brought.
I have my little Zingbot keychain right here. I wonder if it still works. Let's listen.
That's why I'm so glad that they brought Otev back, because it's just it's a great.
We need it.
It's a great competition every time. Like, it's such a simple one, but like even Mark had a really good strategy for it toward the end there. You know, where he just started piling numbers up and hiding them in the corner.
Yeah, unless somebody finds them, but
I think I always said that I would do that. You know, I would just every time you see them throw numbers. Like, yeah, I know I'm looking for a number, but every time I was looking, I'd look in the same general area, but I'd keep all the numbers together somewhere.
And then I will find your pile and steal all of them.
Right, like, yeah, or wait a minute, because they could actually do that. If they see that pile, you know somebody else is bound to mess them up and try to get their way, because remember, you're competing to win that power, so you have
You're competing to win that power, but you have to make the choice of looking for the thing yourself or trying to find somebody else's pile. Like, why would you waste your time trying to find somebody else's pile?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
when you have your own thing to worry about, because if you're so worried about what every single other person is doing out in that thing, when it's such a big area to cover, whether you think it or not.
Well, you do need to be observant in these things, because like, you know, and with any competition show like this, you have to be aware of everybody else. You just have to. But to a certain extent, you also have to worry about yourself. But ultimately, you can't worry about what other people are doing too much, and you really have to focus on yourself, because you know what? Everybody else, they're going to die.
Right.
Sooner or later, they're going to die, so you know it doesn't matter. And that's my mentality for like every single show which I'll never be on the show. But if I ever were to be on the show, my mentality going is y'all going to die.
Right, and never say
so I don't
never.
give a shit.
Never say never, but getting to the next live eviction night, Big Brother
who won Otev? We didn't even cover that.
It was Mark. We did cover that. Mark won Otev. So, at the veto meeting, he has decided to use the power of veto and pull himself off the block, and then Raven went up as a third special nominee by Josh. So getting into finale night, it was down to the main target, and Jessica's speech was pretty accurate, and I have to say, she was right on that one. If they continue to follow Paul, they're bigger idiots than she thought.
Yeah.
So, within that, getting into the live voting and eviction, boys, the votes are in. When I reveal the vote, the evicted house guest will only have just a few moments to say goodbye, gather her belongings, and walk out the front door. By a vote of 7-1, Jessica, you are evicted from the Big Brother house. So the splitting up of
I found a little funny, because Josh's original target going into that was Elena. Elena received 0 votes.
She did. Raven only received 1 vote, and that was from Cody.
Yep.
Because of course.
He's not gonna vote for his girl.
Well, nobody was going
Well, he could have
after
voted for
Elena.
Elena.
Josh was the only one that was going after Elena.
Right.
Nobody gave a shit.
Oh, I know.
But he changed targets because he had that big fight with Jessica, and he's like,
Yeah,
okay,
but it wouldn't have mattered who his target was. They were going to vote for Jess anyway.
right, because the House wanted Jessica out when Josh was the only one going after Elena, right?
Yeah.
Well, Christmas was willing to back Josh up, so
who else was going to then?
I don't know. We'll never get a chance to find out, because if Christmas and Josh were both campaigning and went to everybody and said this is I think they could have persuaded Matt to vote. So that's at least 3. But Josh's vote doesn't really count because it's only in the event of a tie.
Right.
So I don't know. That's still technically 2 votes.
It is.
They could have told Cody that if you vote for Elena, that there was a chance that Jess didn't go home. So that's potentially 3 votes right there.
Well, he wasn't going to vote for Jess either way. So, I honestly, Cody could have, done anything. It wouldn't have mattered. Just, Paul wants the people who he can't control out of the house.
Right.
And
But my point is, if Josh really wanted it that bad, right, he's got Christmas, he's got Matt. No, Matt wouldn't have voted for Elena.
No.
see, the problem
Oh
is...
no, Matt's with Raven. Matt would have. Yeah, never mind. Matt would have voted if I think Matt. They could have persuaded Matt if they got if it was Christmas and Matt. And you know what? They probably could have even persuaded Shaggy. What's his name?
Jason.
Jason. They probably could have persuaded Jason. So if they had those 3 and they approached Cody and said, "Look, if you vote for Raven, Jessica's going home. If you vote for if you vote for Elena, then there's 4 votes versus 3. Otherwise, it would be a tie, 3-3. And then even if it was a tie, though, Josh would have sent Elena home. So
well, see, your problem is you're assuming that the house guests are smart enough to do that.
Well, right, but I'm saying there was the chance.
It could have worked. It could have worked if they were willing. If these house guests were willing to fucking cooperate.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, which they don't. So we go into the next HOH competition, and it was a memory one, another memory one where they were all in their individual booths, and it was another true or false. And by the way, that was pure magic for TV. I forgot the name of the performers, but they were really good.
The quick change artists? Yeah.
The quick change artists. That is so cool. I don't know how they do that, but I would love to see how they do that. I mean, it's just so cool to watch. I mean, I don't know if it's for TV or if it's them actually doing it live. I mean, even though it is live.
No, it's live.
But it is live. I mean, it's just amazing how they do it. I mean,
I had the pleasure of going to Vegas and seeing a lot of shows that they do down there, and I've definitely seen some quick change shows in Vegas. They're fantastic. Yeah,
they were interesting and fun to watch. I assume.
Yep.
So getting into that,
personally, I like the ones where they do no curtain, and it's just like, they throw confetti up in the dress changes or something like that. Like. Those, I know, and those ones are my favorite because it's just like, we know you're doing something shady, but we still can't really see it, and that's what I like about it, like, because it's the illusion that you could see more than you think you can when you really can't.
It's actually magic. That's how they do it.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Magic is magic. But getting into that, and with the votes coming in and winning her way to it. Congratulations, Alex. You are the new HOH this week. So the power is in Alex's hands.
I guarantee you she gets
I'm sorry, whose?
Alex.
Remember Cody's old girlfriend?
Oh my god, I can't wait to see how this is going to play out this week.
Yeah,
I really can't wait, because now that Jessica's gone, what do you think's going to happen?
Well, bitch, you better be careful.
Did you not see the message that Alex left to Jess in the eviction?
I did see that, but she says, I'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah. She said it like, get it, yeah. Oh, like that Jess had to be boiling at that point.
Yeah, but you know something? I really do see a romance sparking outside of this house with them. I mean, I think Jessica really meant what she said. This is for real with me and Cody. I think we're going to take this very further. And even Julie Chen said in an interview, I really do think they are going to get married. I can see this.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, I see it too because, like, I think Cody, you know, Cody's a Cody. He's his own thing. He's a Cody, and
He's a Cody.
And I think he needs someone like Jess or maybe possibly Alex who can make him not be a Cody. And, you know, Cody has, you know, what little emotion he has shown for Jessica. He said to her, yeah, I want to change. I don't know how, though, but I want to.
Yeah, he goes, this is who I am. I don't know how. And she's like, well, that's not good enough for me. You really need to work hard at changing this because I work in a population where I can't have disrespect because I'm a respected person and I can't have that in my life.
Mm-mm. Well, it's good. You're already on the path to change, Cody, because you acknowledge that you have
Jess
to
do?
and that you want.
She's a VIP concierge.
Is that what she is?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
boring
what
as hell.
that means, but I know what a concierge is.
So
VIP concierge, then that's fancy.
VIP is for celebrities.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Or like not
So
celebrities per
she's
se. It
Very
could just
important people. Yeah.
well, it could important people. You know, it could be like, you know, council members or something in her community.
Well, from what I know, it's sports. She does a lot of sports stuff like NFL
okay.
and
Okay.
so. But I don't know to not to disrespect or anything like that, but it kind of sounds almost like a call girl.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it is, but
I said it sounds like.
yes, but like if she actually was that, they would use a different term.
Yeah.
Who was that? Who was that idiot who called himself? Who thought he was God? On Dave On season.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a prostitute.
yeah,
They didn't
he
call
was.
him that, but that's what he was.
No, that he was definitely that. You know, I didn't like Jose. I'm the messiah of Big Brother. Oh my God, give me a break, honey. Thank God you were voted out first.
I would love for them to bring him back in a competition.
Oh my God, you mean to host it?
Yeah.
Oh God, please bring
You know what's
Joe
that?
Costa needs to host all of these competitions.
What's that guy
You know what?
that they had with the muscles and everything that came in and did the
Spectacular.
yeah, Mr. Spectacular,
Yeah.
how he did the Pandora's box things, like he would always, come in for those. They need the Messiah to come in and do the new Pandora's box.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if they bring this box back. But as we know, the house guests, the remaining house guests that we see right now on the live feeds, have made it to jury. But
Yay.
Julie warned them. I suggest that you make big moves and you play it safe because this season on Big Brother, we will not have a jury battle back. Once you are out, you are out.
I like it.
And then 2 weeks later, we're gonna have a battle back.
No.
You really think they're going to change it, Jacob?
I don't. I think if Julie outright says that it's happening, then it's happening. I mean, she's never outright lied to the house guests.
Yeah.
So if she says there's no competition to come back, then there's no competition to come back.
Yeah.
Right, because once you're out, you're out. Especially on Big Brother Over the Top, there was no jury. Once you were out, you were out. You just came back on finale night when America crowned the winner.
Yep.
Yeah, low budget season that barely anybody watched.
Yeah, and I don't think they're bringing that back for the fall.
I don't think so either.
It was a digital edition. But is there anything else that we need to cover tonight, or are we all set?
Julie Chen, just get the fuck off the
I
screen.
mean,
don't know why.
Alex named her nominees, and we did the.
No, we're not going to get into that till next week, though.
Well, we
I think
did the competition too.
Well, we did the competition. Well, we didn't. Who did she name for her nominees, Alex? She named Jason and Elena for nominations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, we did. So, as we know, Alex nominated Elena and Jason, and Cody went up as a third nominee because he lost the Temptation competition. So, actually, no. Matt lost, and he is now, I'm sorry with the names, but Matt lost, so he goes up on the block as a third special nominee. So on the block right now, we currently have, as of right now, we know that Matt, Elena, and Jason are on the chopping block this week for eviction. So it all comes down to the veto on Wednesday.
What I thought was really funny is you have Cody trying to throw this competition, right? And you have Matt trying to throw this competition. And then Cody's very insistent that he doesn't remember at any point ever being in the have-not room when one of the things went off, right? We saw one of the clips. He was definitely in there. He was reading or something.
He was. He isolated himself.
But, Cody, there's another room that I can almost guarantee you that you were not in this house for any of them. And that would have been the HOH room.
Right.
Why didn't you just stand in the HOH room on the blueprint? That would have guarantee. You know? Same could be said, you know, for Matt. I don't know who the actual have-nots are right now, but it looked like there are none. As Cody was staying in the room, and he had the only bed in that room that had sheets or anything on it in the entire room. So, Matt, you could have stood in the have-not room the entire time and not had to worry about it and not moved around, because I can almost guarantee you were not in the have-not room. You were not in Cody's room when any of these things were going on. So, I don't know. They didn't choose very wisely, in my opinion.
No, they didn't. Nah, like Jacob said, these house guests are D3s.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, I'm liking the season. I don't hate this season. You know, there's plenty of seasons for me to hate.
This is my favorite season since season 8.
I like it. Yeah, because, you know, Cody is potentially the evil dick of this season.
No, I wouldn't go that far. No one is evil dick.
No one is evil dick. No one can ever be evil dick, you know. Just, like I said, Cody is a Cody. So maybe eventually we will be using that in later seasons. Cody is a Cody. You're being such a Cody right now. So now that my first pick to win, Jess is out of the house, the next of kin goes to Cody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm starting a petition right now. Get Julie Chen off this show. I don't know why the fuck she's hosting the show. Well, I know why the fuck she's hosting the show, but get her the fuck off. You know, go back to the talk, whatever that fucking talk show it is that you have. And we get Joe Costa to host this damn show.
Oh, like kind of like what they did in BBUK when a past winner came back and actually hosted the show before.
Well, I would like it if they take the past winners and all the winners do a competition to be the host of the show.
Yeah, I would like to see Rachel host this show. I really would. I could see Rachel doing it.
Well, if Julie ever does, I don't think Julie does a bad job by any means. And if Julie ever,
she does the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Of what she's supposed to be doing.
But if Julie ever has to give up her position, if she ever wants to stop doing it for whatever reason,
it's going to go to
I think they should make a clause in there that the winner of Big Brother wins host for the next season.
I don't know. If they ever had to pick a new host, it's going to be Jeff. And I don't want it to be Jeff, but it's going to be Jeff.
Well, obviously that's too late right now. Jeff already got picked for another show, and he got a new job promotion, so now he's out in Denver, Colorado. He's in Denver, Colorado now. They just made a big move, him and Jordan.
Mm.
Yeah. How come, But I think we've covered everything we needed tonight. I mean, would you guys say so, or do we have a little bit more to cover?
Yeah, that seems about it.
Okay, boys, so remember, can't get enough Big Brother? There is never a dull moment. Get 24/7 live video from inside the Big Brother house with the Big Brother live feeds. Go to cbs.com/bb19 to try it for free. Dom, where can the people find you?
You can find me down below at Phenomedom, PHENOMEDOM.
Jacob?
You can find me and all of my giggles and gore and monsters and mayhem here on YouTube at Jacob Salazar, or you can find me on Twitter, tweet the life at Nowhereland. That is TONOWHERELAND. Join the Nowhereland Society.
You can find me down below on Twitter at Zupa23. That's ZUPA23. Dom, take it away.
You can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, Space, and radio and YouTube at /ASO TV Podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV show, games, and movies. Until next week.
For now, let's eavesdrop on the house guests. From outside the Big Brother house, I am Luke Labagnera, this is Dom Greco, and Jacob Salazar. We'll see you next week.